Do, 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 do. Alrighty, well, that's a pain in the butt. Oh. Things. Oh no. Alrighty, so I should have done this way earlier, but I did not. You would think I'd be better prepared. Ha! Try to double me now. Booyah! Alright, let me fix the camera a little bit. Alright, so this is gonna have to do for now. Mostly because Final Fantasy Fridays finally begins. It's been a minute. As in, I haven't done it in a while. But yeah, so before we get into our game, I must admit I found something interesting on my timeline. A couple things interesting. Anyone else notice that Square Enix has been showing up in our feeds a lot lately? Starting with this one. Like, do we need to have a discussion? Like, I'm probably late to the game because, you know, work is a thing that I gotta do. So I'm only just now getting to discussing the topic of Square Enix finally adopting a new customer harassment policy. Like, obviously they're gunning with the Final Fantasy studio, but it's everybody that is under their umbrella. That includes Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and a number of other titles. But like, if they didn't pull this when He Who Must Not Be Named, the rabid Jessie fangirl, pulled their shenanigans, and they're only doing this now, what happened? I know I left Twitter, but what happened? I mean, it's about time, but still. I mean, I can't say that I'm completely ignorant about the shenanigans that happened, but let's do a little bit of a deep dive. So, look at her pretty face. Look at how cute she is. So, in seeking to protect their workforce from undue and particularly over-the-top harassment, like, you know, images of frying guinea pigs and what have you. Yeah, I saw that. That was... I've seen the receipts. Unfortunately, yes, it was a shipper. Yeah, that also happened. So Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest parent company Square Enix has adopted a new customer harassment policy, which gives them the right to take action as necessary against any individual who threatens the company's operations or employee safety. So the reason why I bring up He Who Must Not Be Named, the former, or no, he's still pretty current, the Jessie fanboy, the one-man army that actually threatened to call the Yakuza on Nojima, I believe? Yes. So, you know, threatening to, like, have the Yakuza attack them. And he was going to try to hold the Rebirth ransom. Like, it was pretty bad. I mean, a lot of Reddit posts, for example, will say that it's mostly, like, they want to say it's all shippers. I don't necessarily consider this person a shipper. He's just, unfortunately, he is unwell. But yeah, we be getting a little crazy up in here. I don't want to say it's all American fan base either. I think it's probably all over the place. But peeps have gotten a little crazy. And I am a rabid Final Fantasy VII girly. Final Fantasy VII was my first, my true love, my truest love. But even I'm not this rabid. Like, some things have happened. So, announced on January 10th via an official post made to the Square Enix official website, this new policy was reportedly given the green light by the developer in response to a number of incidents involving a fan's interaction with one of their employees. Yeah, we know who it is. That one, you can't blame the love triangle shippers on that one. I'm gonna go to bat even for that side. It ain't us. It's that one. Oh, actually, no, wait. That side did post a picture of fried guinea pigs. That was a lot. When you threaten to do harm to somebody's pet. Anyhow, back to the article. Square Enix believes that the feedback, comments, and requests received from our customers are essential to the advancement of our group's products and services. Therefore, we are committed to strive to apply your voice in improving our products and services, explained the developer of their decision to implement said policy. At the same time, there are instances where certain customers take actions directly or through our support centers or towards our group executives, employees, partners who are involved in the creation and distribution of our group products and services. That constitutes customer harassment. I agree with this. This is actually a good point to make, especially considering the fact that, yes, I'm pointing the fingers at both my fingers, including my broken nail, at one particular individual. Is just, that's the most egregious around the time before I left. So I'm no longer on Twitter. I need to get rid of the Twitter handle there. But that's a tomorrow problem. So anywho, such as denial of personality, violence, defamation, intimidation, advance notice of wrongdoings, advance notice of obstruction of business, and harassment. Yeah, this is... Okay, I'm going to take back that statement. This is probably exactly he who must not be named, the Jesse fanboy. Such actions do not only prevent our employees and partners from engaging in their work with a sense of security, but also causes disruptions to other customers. They assert Square Enix will not tolerate harassment and will take necessary actions. I fully agree with this, but it is disheartening that, again, the fandom for Final Fantasy, I'm not even going to say it's other ones. It's the Final Fantasy fandom. It's us. Like, look at Yuffie giving us the look. It's us. But it's gotten pretty bad. But I think this is a positive step forward overall, considering the fact that a lot of, especially the younger generation, we're just breeding more evolved Karens. I don't know what's the next step beyond Karen. Maybe Susan? I've heard people say Susan a couple times. But I don't know if it's necessarily Susan is the next evolution or if there's another stage. We might have to, like, put a poll or something to see what the next stage over Karen is. But yeah, we've as a whole, we've gotten a little entitled, and it doesn't help that social media has made it so that people are able to just say whatever without any real consequence as of this point. This is technically a step in the right direction, enabling consequence for people going a little unhinged. So again, I'm actually quite happy with this. But it's embarrassing. Like, crash outs on Twitter or Blue Sky or any other social media. Crash outs are fine. Crash outs are normal. I mean, I've gone through a couple crash outs myself. Come on, really? Again, step in the right direction, but it's kind of disheartening that the fandom, or the Final Fantasy VII most likely, I don't want to say 100% because I don't know what goes on beyond the boardroom. I don't know. I'm not as active in the Kingdom Hearts fandom, for example, outside of Riso, Sora, Riku, fanfiction, doujinshi, and so on and so forth. Because, like, I am a shipper there too, but I'm not really active in Kingdom Hearts, so I couldn't say they're included. Dragon Quest, they're too chill to do much of anything. They're very chill. So, most likely the Final Fantasy fandom. Possibly a Kingdom Hearts fandom. It ain't Dragon Quest. Nah, they saints over there. But then again, I'm not part of the fandom, so maybe I'm ignorant to, like, some truly unhinged, dead doves don't enter unhingedness. But, so, yeah, that's a thing that's happening. To this end, the actual policy holds that should the Kingdom Hearts series developer determine that an individual has engaged in an action against one of our employees or partners that exceeds socially acceptable behavior or is harmful, they reserve our right to cease providing support services or to refrain from providing our group's products and services. I don't know how they're going to enforce this. This bit is quite interesting. I don't actually know how they're going to enforce this bit. Mostly because it's just like, it's not like they can, like, let's say I was truly unhinged. Let's say I sent death threats, I've threatened bodily harm, and I'm capable of performing said bodily harm onto myself or others because I want the game to be rewritten and Aerith lives or something. Throwing that out there, not going to happen, but just go along with it. So, next game comes out. I go to GameStop to pick up my copy. What, is there like a do not sell list that so the GameStop or Best Buy or Walmart or Target or wherever it is that I go to purchase my copy? Or let's say I want to play Final Fantasy 14. What, is there like a do not sell, do not service list? Is there like my mugshot somewhere? Like, guilty as charged? I'm worth like 10,000 berries according to One Piece. Who knows? So I don't know how they're going to enforce this, but I like the idea behind it. Maybe there is a way to do this, but as of right now, I can't fathom an idea that fathom a way that they'd be able to do this without hemorrhaging money. Because that would cost a lot of money to like go to go to every GameStop in the world and be like, I know they're going out of business pretty much. Or at least they don't have a lot of physical locations. But it's just like, hey, all the remaining GameStops don't sell to this one person, this one title, or this one series, or anything with Square Enix on the cover. I don't see them doing that. However, I like the idea behind it. I really like the idea behind it. Maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe it doesn't cost that much in order to bar one person or a handful of people from, like, hey, I'll do you massive harm if you don't resurrect Aerith or something like that. Again, one example, I'm not picking on Aerith stands. This is just an example of a demand I would make. Or real world, we're going to go with that particular fan who threatened to have Yakuza show up at Nojima's door. At least I believe it was Nojima. Yeah, I think it was him. Like, I'll send the Yakuza there. And it's just like, yes, I would like to see there to be real world consequences for that behavior, because people get a little too confident and a little too unhinged. I'm lacking for a better word. There needs to be real world consequences. So this is a step in the right direction, except I wish that they would do something that's actually plausible to be enforceable. Anywho, further, in regards to those cases where such action is egregious or with malicious intent, the company now reserves its right to protect its employees and partners and take legal action or criminal proceedings upon consulting the police and or lawyers. This I agree with. Hi, Charles. How you doing? It has been a while. I can't say I'm doing great. it's tax season, and my neighbors decided that they wanted to disregard city ordinances, and they have a rooster. The house immediately next to my bedroom window has a rooster during tax season. Sleep is a thing that I like, and I'm not bitter, but I will be eating fried chicken pretty soon if it tries to wake me up again. But yeah, pretty much before we jump into the game, I'm going over some interesting news on the Square Enix front. He who must not be named in a couple of the DDC, and I think we have a couple of toxic members on the Clody side. No, we do have a couple members. I just have never seen them threaten, but they've done other things. But yeah, there's been some things. But yeah, so this bit I hope that they're able to do with every fiber of my being, because again, online craziness. People think that they can get away with anything because they're online. There's a measure of what's the word I want to use? What's the word I want to use? It's an easy word. Anonymity. That's the word I wanted. So, since people think that they're anonymous, they are going to make claims and make threats, spew libel, spew anything and everything. And I'm hoping that moving forward, even though it is an international company, international law would allow for at least this consequence. Mostly because you can't go around threatening people. You can't go around trying to ruin their lives, doxing people, ruining their careers. This goes beyond Square Enix, but since we're on the topic of Square Enix and their well received, as far as I'm concerned, new policies to protect their employees, to protect their creative voices, to protect their staff. So this is more doable. I don't know if it's worth it financially, because it's like, for example, I'm using He Who Must Not Be Named again. So Japan can't necessarily go to the US for legalness, not without a hefty price tag. I do genuinely think that things need to be made better and so that we can mitigate all of this, because it is too easy for people to just go online and spew hatred and vitriol and make threats. So all of this, step in the right direction. Don't know if this bit is possible. This bit is a little bit more possible, and they are enough of a behemoth in order to back this financially, but I don't know if it'd be fiscally responsible, because again, sometimes it's just somebody that is not well, but they have no real power. So I'd be careful how fast and loose they are with this threat, because it's going to get expensive. But I support this if they can do it responsibly and ethically, and without, wasting all of their money going after legal recourse. So, according to Square Enix, the actions that are considered customer harassment or to exceed socially acceptable behavior or is harmful includes act of violence or violent behavior, abusive language, intimidation, coercion, duress, excessive pursuit or reprimand, defamation, slander, denial of personality, personal attack, including email, contact in contact form, comment or post on the internet, advance notice of wrongdoings, advance notice of obstruction of justice. So basically saying, hey, the Yakuza are coming. Yeah, I have not seen much about that yet, except the little bit that I have seen. I have no words. I have no words. But hell, even this bit, the persistent inquiries. How many people do we have whenever there's a post we're gonna use EC as an example. That this is a perfect segue into Ever Crisis. Whenever Tifa gets an outfit or Tifa gets a call out, we have Aerith stands that are like, what about Aerith? What about Aerith? What about Aerith? And it's just like, wait your turn. And then we'll have a bunch of people, literally hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds, of be like, hey, give us this, give us this, give us this. And it's just, after a while, it's just like, it makes it less profitable. It makes it less worthwhile to engage with the fandom in these social media spaces, because people are going to continue asking and asking and asking. And then you'll have individuals like the Jesse fanboy, who is, again, he is unwell. He is not well. I truly, genuinely believe this. He'll keep going under each post about Jesse, for example. And it's not okay. So this is like, and then a couple years ago, so like another thing is like trespassing by visiting or staying in an office or related facility without permission. Like, yeah, Stitch and I joked when we went to Japan that we were going to like be in the walls of Square Enix, so that we could, because we were near the building, we were near the headquarters. Yeah, we joked about it. But we were never going to actually be belligerent pests and embarrass ourselves. But it's just like, but years ago, somebody killed, like, one shipper killed another shipper's dog. Like, I think that was in China, or was it Japan? I'll have to double check that one. When I do the, when I re-upload this and edit all the out, I'll probably include a link to the article in like the comments or something like that. But yeah, it's just, this is getting ridiculous. So again, I am 100% behind this. I'm glad that they're taking a stand to protect their employees, their talents, because the world has gotten smaller and people are struggling to catch up, you know? So, undue demand, unreasonable changes or exchange of product to request compensation, holding games hostage, request for an apology. Okay, was this about that one person or all of us as a whole? Anywho, so it's gotten redonkulous. So, as noted by Square Enix, though this policy was based on Japanese law, it is still applicable globally in accordance to local laws and regulations. So, a lot of places, states, countries are penning anti-bullying, anti-online bullying laws and what have you. So, it is very much it is possible, but international law gets a little expensive. So at current, it's unknown just exactly how and by what metrics the developer will hand out penalties, while speculation suggests they will likely consider each infraction on a case-by-case basis. Concrete information as to this process will ultimately have to wait until such time when Square Enix performs the first official enforcement of their policy. So most likely it's going to be that one. Pero I can't say for certain, because some fans be crazy and they make the rest of us look bad. I don't like looking bad. I don't know about you guys. I don't like being embarrassed. In any capacity, I don't like being embarrassed. I'll be silly, no problem. You guys know. I will act up a character of some kind. But there are multiple articles about this. So it's just, I'm hoping that this is the wake-up call that the fandom needs. But again, I think it is going to ultimately need to have somebody be made an example of. I personally already know who I would choose first. Be like, I choose you, Pikachu. And it's going to sound... And I keep saying he who must not be named because I personally don't want to instigate hate towards this particular person. Because again, I genuinely believe he is not well. It is not good to have somebody that is unwell be dogpiled. So I keep using euphemisms to refer to this person. Everybody knows who I'm talking about, but to those, at least everybody on Twitter. But those not on Twitter, I would like to maintain a measure of anonymity to this individual. Because again, he's not well. We don't want to... Yeah. Okay. So this one is taking forever. My computer is bleh. One day I will have a better computer. Alright, hang on a second while this figures out what it wants to do. Look at this. Look at this. This is such a big, bloated page. That's why I preloaded. It's part of why I'm late. The other part is I had to re-download Final Fantasy Crisis Core onto the system. Which, it hurt me to delete some things. Okay. Well, anyhow. So, yeah, what do you guys think about this new rule being instigated to protect its employees? Do you think it's about time? Or are you more like, there's nothing you can do, so why bother? Sometimes an empty threat is still a good thing because it's enough of a scare tactic. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking on the thingy. Alright. So yeah, apparently, again, it's reported over here. Let's see if there's anything different over here. Getting us over the Zack being part of the legacy. Honestly, like, dude, he's always been part of the legacy. Always. But yeah, so it's Zack has always been part of the legacy. The only newbie, when you really think about it, is Angeal, because he wasn't part of the rest of the established canon, but even there, I love them. Now, if somebody else was included, I mean, the only one that I'm like a little on the fence about would have to be my Goober. Not a lot of people like him. I kind of do. Like the Crisis Core trio. But beyond them, it's just like, I'm actually okay with Zack being part of the legacy. Simply because he's part of the chain. He links. So we have Angeal. We have his legacy, his ambition, being moved on to Zack. And then through Zack, it goes to Cloud. But hopefully they don't abuse it or use it. I don't think that it's going to be used for legitimate criticism because Zack has always been there. He may not have been blatant. He's always been in the shadows. But he has been part of the established canon since the beginning. So I don't see why people have an issue with him being there. He is as much... He is... You feel him in the trilogy, especially the re-trilogy. So even though he is dead, you feel his absence. He is there. He's always been there. So I actually like him being there. But I understand why there are people that have their criticisms of him being present. Because just like, he's dead, what does it matter? But it's just like, okay, well, so's Aerith. Aerith is also dead, but you wanted her to be included in everything. So it's just like, pick one. Pick one. But yeah. So, there's that. So, anyhow, another thing I wanted to discuss with some sorrows. The Square Enix Cafe in Akihabara in Tokyo is closing. So, they're going to be closed in March, according to this, which is disheartening. So, if you're going to Japan before March, go here. It was really, really cute. I loved the food. It cameos briefly in my vlogs of Japan. Sad face. Now, this one is not too big of great news, but again, Square Enix has been showing up on my feed a lot this week. So it's a sign that I should probably start doing some game news snippets before I start my streams every month or every week. But yeah, so Square Enix announced on Friday that its Square Enix Cafe Tokyo in Akihabara will be permanently closed on March 31st. So again, if you are hoping to go to the Square Enix Cafe in Akihabara, it's on your travel itinerary. Go now, because you ain't going otherwise unless you manage to get there. Again, they're closing in March. So they opened their first permanent Square Enix Cafe Tokyo inside the Yodobashi camera store in Akihabara, October 2016. The cafe features time-limited collaborative menus. So when I was there, it was music one. I forgot what it was. I'll have to pull up my own vlog to check. But yeah, so the cafe features time-limited collaborative menus and drinks that offer different with different Square Enix properties, as well as a shop with merchandise. I spent too much money in this store. But yeah, I spent an obscene amount of money at this shop, including my little charm here. One second. So my 7th Heaven charm. I've got my Adorable Arts figures up there. They own my soul. The food was good. Spent too much damn money. But yeah, so just so everybody knows, they are closing. So you have until March. So that is a thing. I apologize. But yeah, so I agree. I really don't understand why people hate him. He should have been in OG more, in my opinion. But if he didn't die protecting Cloud and bring him, then Aerith wouldn't have been. Very true. So, also, I think a lot of people can easily miss Zack. So you actually see bits of his shadow in a couple places. So, but again, if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, you can easily miss Zack. So I feel like not a lot of people fully realize exactly how present he was. And I think the established canon is making it a better, or how do I put this? The re-trilogy is making it so that you actually feel his presence more. So even if you were to play through Rebirth without Zack's snippets, you still feel Zack's presence in Cloud, in Aerith. So the shipper in me will always say that Cloud relies on Tifa in order to be the man that she needs him to be, but he also relies on Zack. So he wears Zack like a shield. He doesn't just adopt his mannerisms. He is using Zack to protect himself, because Zack has always been a protective presence for Cloud. So you feel him with Cloud, especially as you learn more of Zack and everything that he had sacrificed for Cloud. Same thing with Aerith. Aerith would not have followed Cloud if not for Zack's sword, which we later learned was Angeal's sword. Again, that's the legacy. That's the sword. Aerith wouldn't have followed Cloud if it weren't for that sword, because that sword is unique. Nobody else has it. There is only one. So it's not just that Aerith wouldn't have met Cloud, because it's still possible, even if Zack survived, that they could have met. But Aerith would have nothing to do with Cloud if not for the sword, because she saw Zack's sword, and through Zack's sword, she followed Cloud because she wanted to know what happened to the original owner of the sword, because through her memory, the original owner of that sword is Zack. She has no idea who Angel is outside of this weird dog angel looking thing that we see later on in the installment for Crisis Core. But she does know that sword. And that is the only reason why she followed Cloud, because just like, hey, why do you have it? So instead of being antagonistic, people want to make Aerith out to be stupid. She's not stupid. And that's one of the things that really bothers me when people discuss Aerith as a character. They make her out to be stupid. She's not. So she knows exactly what she's doing when she follows Cloud, when she asks him the questions that she asks, because she knows there's only one of those swords. She knows that only Zack has that sword. And yet Zack is gone. So here's somebody else that has Zack's sword. So the question is, it's not just she wouldn't have met him. She wouldn't have followed him if not for Zack. She didn't give two craps about Cloud until she saw that sword. So I genuinely believe that you feel Zack's presence between the two of them, within each of them, because again, Aerith is willing to leave her safe space. She's willing to pursue a future that she maybe has like a vague memory of. Like her precognizance rather, is debatable. It's one of the most debated plot lines for the Rebirth series. But with that being said, everything was for Zack. Just like everything Cloud has done is for Tifa, everything Aerith has done is for Zack. And her infatuation with Cloud, regardless of whether or not people want Aerith to be in love or just platonic or what have you, not even she knows. But what she does know is that's Zack's sword. So he has been present the entire game. It's just we don't know that he's present the entire game, and I think people need to really come to grasps with the fact that he's always been there. We just didn't realize it. His ghost is always there. So a lot of anti-Zack fans, it's like hating a puppy. How can you hate Zack? But also, if you have a true understanding of the game, you also realize that you can't really enjoy the series without really accepting Zack as a presence within the game. Like, I could probably go like at length ad nauseum about the importance of Zack within the game. Like, all right, let's put it this way. Cloud's portion of Final Fantasy would not have happened without Tifa. Point blank, period. Aerith's portion of the game would not have happened without Zack. Because she wouldn't leave Midgar. She likes her life there. People may go on about how, oh, she may have been like a privileged, but she was also in a cage. No, she liked her life there. She was happy where she was. She had a mother that loved her. She was in a place that protected her. She had all the flowers. She was able to commune with nature. She had no reason to leave Midgar. Zack was her reason to leave. Zack was her reason to evolve. Zack was her reason to become a better person beyond herself. And she always had the capability to do so, but he was the inciting incident for her. But yeah, people that don't want Zack, there's just like, okay, so do you not like the story? Make it make sense. So it's just like, Zack is a puppy, and I love him. Sorry, I'm fiddling with the strap to this. I have not tightened it before the thing started. And I want to make sure that you can clearly see I've got a shirt on. Because I'm also streaming to Twitch, and you know how they are about female body parts. But yeah, so let's do the thing. Again, I have not played since my first PlayStation 5. Yeah, my first PlayStation 5 died. And I'm still traumatized from the lightning strike, okay? You can't judge me. I'm still traumatized. I'm so very traumatized. Oh, I'm also a little bitter. I have to start from the beginning. And I'm not bitter or sad at all. Hang on a second. Okay. But yeah, look at him. How can you hate Zack? He's adorable. I will never understand people that dislike Zack. Look at him. Look at him. 1, he's sexy. 2, he's adorable. Like, look at that. Look at that boy. Not you, because time aged you. 25 my ass. Give me Aerith's original dress back and her hips, okay? Dude. So yeah, we've got to... Hang on, do I still... No, I don't. See? See? We are starting from the beginning because a lightning strike robbed me blind. Completely bricked. Oh. Traumatized. I love Aerith's evolution in the character because seeing her going from the girl who just wants to be normal and Zack came in her life, it gave her the confidence to be herself, and we see... Yes, absolutely. Like, I will still die on this hill that my favorite Aerith chapter was when she went to go to save Marlene. Because you get to really see her agency, and it's just best chapter with Aerith. Best chapter. And you see that as the culmination of everything that she had learned through the others, and it's just like, that's my girl. That's my girl. I was so proud of her. And yes, Zack is her inciting incident, and it was everything. Everything. I love the person that Aerith is with Zack, and the parts of her inspired by Zack. Now, I'm going to be candid. I'll probably delve more into my very complex feelings about her as a character in Rebirth, because there's some things that she does that kind of taints everything. So that's part of why I'm doing this read-through, to see exactly how my feelings are now that I've witnessed that much more of the game. I want to see the evolution of my feelings for each of the characters. However, Zack will always have my heart and soul. I love him. He is one of my husbands. He's part of my harem. I love him. We're gonna do normal because I am not that girl. Are we good with this brightness? Looks good to me, but I have an old TV that I'm using as my second monitor. So it looks fine to me. What about with you guys? Let me check on my phone. I'm using my phone to monitor the sound and stuff. It looks fine here too. I can always fiddle with it later. I'm hearing the feedback because I've got this, and I can hear my brother. My mic might be a little too good. It's so pretty. Not Midgar. Midgar sucks. Look at all that smog. I think one day I'll coerce my brother to do a co-stream with me. My brother's hilarious. You'd love him. Look at my baby boy. I just want to kiss that mouth. Just mwah. Don't judge me. Look at him. Look at my puppy. Okay, it sounds like the audio is not coming through. Okay. Yeah. So I hear it, but you guys don't. Give me just one mo. See, this is why I do the thing. 1 second. I swear, each time. Price of Freedom is very difficult for me to listen to. I'm not even gonna lie. Mostly because all I can think about is the last chapter, and then I start crying like a little bitch. So, like, and I'll own this. I own this about myself. It makes me so very sad. So it's just like, there's just some songs that, even though they're fun and peppy, or, I'm not saying Price of Freedom is fun and peppy. I'm just saying that yeah. Okay, so, where are you? Where are you? Okay, why are you being annoying? Like, why are you so mean to me? Okay, so that's the video capture. That's the audio capture. I think this is what I need. Okay, I think it's you. I will win, and the world will be a better place. No, that's not what I needed. Oopsie. Okay, I might have to switch over to the other words that I know. Okay. And because I want to make sure that everything is okay. All right, so no more duplicates. I just need to add Why are you such a pain in my butt? But yeah, I'm going to start this over because we're going to start that over so that we have the whole thing with sound. It would help if I took that off because it's confusing me with the audio. Ba, ba, ba. Why is my brain not working today? Do I win? Because I believe in violence. I will wear my monitor like a bracelet. Alright. Do we hear things other than me? Okay, hang on a second. Let's actually have some sound over here. I don't hear anything. No, why are we not hearing things? Visual is working fine. Okay, I hear it, but it's low. I also hear my brother. Yeah, no, it was... Don't tell me that that was the... Wow, my mic is strong as heck. Alright, so since it's not working on this one, I'm going to have to fiddle with my Final Fantasy VII layout. We're going to go back to the... to my other series of scenes, and then I'll fiddle with this one later. I'll do like a private stream and fiddle with that. Why? Nothing is working for me. Okay, so what gives? Muted on my end. Okay, I hear myself. Hang on a second. I just did a quick tappy tap to make sure that everything is working like it should. Because gosh darn it, dag nabbit, things. Okay, so as I was saying, is this take 3? I'm gonna say take 3 because that'll make me feel better. So anyhow, as I was saying, because I was yammering on for an hour and tech issues being tech issues, because I can never have a stream go smoothly, such is the luck. So again, just gonna play the first chapter today, because after this I have to go back to work. Tax season be tax seasoning. So Final Fantasy Fridays I'm just gonna do every other Friday, and by the time I do the next installment I should have my Final Fantasy overlay fixed. At which point everything will work properly because I worked damn hard on that overlay, damn it. So anyhow, because tax season is tax seasoning, it's still going to be every other Friday. I might keep it every other Friday for Final Fantasy Fridays, simply because your girl wants to have a life at some point. I'm a homebody, so she says that knowing that she's lying through her teeth. But yeah, so for Final Fantasy Fridays, we're going to play Crisis Core 7, 7 Remake, Rebirth, and then because I don't have a save file already set up, starting from disc 2, we're going to play through all of OG, and then we're going to play Dirge of Cerberus, and then from there we're just going to play 8, 9, 10, 10-2, and so on and so forth. The only ones that we're going to be skipping are going to be the non-numbered titles and the live titles. So I'm not playing 11, I'm not playing 14 in this instance. The only exception being like if we're going to time it probably with the next release. So if, let's say, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 4 is like, hey, it's coming out next month, we're just going to drop everything, play Kingdom Hearts until the release, as an example. So yeah, tax season be tax seasoning, so we're all going to play one chapter. Let's just do the thing. Doing the things. Look at that mouth. I want to kiss it. I know I said that earlier, but it's the truth every time it passes through.
The train has been overrun by Wu-Tai troops. Eliminate them and regain control of the train.
Oh yeah. Get serious.
Look at my baby boy. He's like a puppy. He's like an overzealous puppy, and I love him. Just look at my baby. And you are not 25. Miss me with that nonsense.
Zach, focus. There are no Shinra troops on this train. Understood?
Look at him.
Hello to you too.
Look at my baby.
Come and get it.
I love him so much. How can you hate him? Gonna raise him a little bit.
Soldier second class Zack on the job.
Train mark 93-2 rerouted to Sector 1 station near Mako Reactor 1. Proceed to mission phase 2.
Excuse me. Perfect score. 10 out of 10 landing. Not quite the superhero landing. That's actually very bad for your knees. But a perfect landing. He probably was a dancer as a kid. I do have one complaint, though. Just one. One second.
Zack speaking.
Making progress, Zack?
Angeal, what's going on? Why are we fighting Shinra troops?
They're Wu-Tai troops in disguise. Now, head to the open area above.
You mean sector?
In reason.
It's showtime.
Activating combat mode.
So yeah, that happened. Okay, let me see if it's okay. Testing, testing. So yeah, that happened. The mic is fine. Let me do this though. Okay, so basic battle controls. Left is to move. We know all this crap already. But yeah, anywho, my one complaint is that they couldn't really get the in-game models to match the cut sequence model. Like, I kind of wish they matched a little bit more. Just a smidge. I mean, I can't really complain, because, you know, like, a remaster is a remaster. It's not necessarily like same models and everything like that. They updated everything. But I feel as if they could have blended it in a little bit better.
Conflict resolved.
Got him! Oh yeah!
Not too bad.
Piece of cake! I'll make first in no time.
Go up the stairs at the end of the platform.
You got
Okay,
it.
note to self. Get like tape or something to secure the mic. And you probably can't tell, but if anything is busted, I can't do anything because I have an old computer and Streamlabs is kind of crashed or like black screened. I gotta wait for it to reload itself.
Activating combat mode.
Ba 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 bam. X to dodge. An R to guard. I'm gonna stay behind. Ah, not that far behind. Forgot. The behind is the business end. Alright. Yes. Thank you, I think. Okay. Take all of that. I'm just gonna keep smashing. My brother is so loud. I'm finally hearing him being captured on the mic. Alright. There is a long delay to minimize stream cutouts, so again, like it's delayed over here. Thank you, thank you. I'm here all night,
Conflict resolved.
probably.
Showing your back to the enemy. Overconfidence will destroy you.
What is this?
There he goes again.
Damn it. You're not the only hero.
It's over.
Breaking my stuff.
Impossible.
Thanks, Angel.
Freaking flip phones. I don't want to go back to them. But at the same time, those things could survive. The last flip phone I had survived a Skindred mosh pit when it fell out of my pocket. And it still worked.
Training's over.
Why? You serious? I was just getting warmed up.
He is not 25.
Zach. Embrace your dreams.
He's like a puppy. My dog does that.
If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams and honor.
He's so cute. How can you hate him? He's so cute. Okay, so now we're starting chapter 1. Superman. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Black screen's finally fixed, by the way. But yeah, no. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't there like some fandom lore that Superman will always voice act for a villain or something? I have to double check that. I think that was one of those fandom theories. But yeah, prologue cleared. Now we're going to clear chapter 1. And then we will do 2 and 3 next Final Fantasy Friday. My puppy.
Hey, Zach. You seem a little on edge.
Can you blame me? All this training and no assignments. Like they're hanging me out to dry. You must be pretty busy with everyone off base.
Off base? Wait, haven't you heard? There's been a mass desertion at Soldier.
And this is where Crisis Core kind of fades in.
One of the firsts has deserted. Took a bunch of seconds and thirds with him. All from Wutai. Motive, goal, all a mystery right now. This mass soldier desertion is why your training's on hold. Whoa, a first.
Zach, you're up.
Yeah, finally. Time for some real action.
Poor baby.
Yes.
You see,
It'll be your show.
he's a working dog. And
Report
working
to Director
dogs
Lazar.
need to have
There'll
tasks.
be a briefing.
They need to have things to do or they get destructive. Give him something to do. Rufus's
Zach.
half-brother.
It's good to finally
One
meet
of the bastards.
face to face. Lazard, director of Soldier.
Yeah, he's a half-brother. I think there's 2 half-brothers. I think.
On to business.
I don't know why, but my memory says that there's 2 half-brothers that Rufus has.
Soldier, first class, Genesis. A month ago, he went missing during a mission in Wutai. Know anything about this?
Not a clue.
And I think Genesis is going to be the next character that we get.
The mission
Ever
is
Crisis.
currently stuck in limbo. That's why we've decided to send you.
To Wutai?
Yes. This war has gone on long enough.
I've recommended you for first.
Oh, Angel! I love you, man! Angel!
Don't
He's a
make me
puppy.
regret this, Zach.
And
Sir.
I love him.
Once you're packed, you'll leave at once. After entering Wutai, we go straight to work. If you have any questions about missions and combat, he can help you.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Hey, Zach. Anything you want to know? Just ask. First, we should really go over combat. You probably got a handle on it in training, but I sent you a mail explaining the basics. Take a look, okay?
Yes, we know about the mail. Okay, speak.
So, did you read it?
What am I supposed to read? Maybe. Maybe. And by maybe, I mean hopefully. The third installment for remake, we get his face. Like, honestly, more than anyone else, more than Corpse Husband himself, I need a face reveal for Kunzel. More than anybody else. I don't need anybody else's faces. I don't need anybody else's face. I just need his face.
Thoughts? I mean, I doubt you'd get it all in one read.
I actually did not read the email.
That is so not true.
Well, it's there if you want to review. Oh, the materia you were using during training has
Yeah,
been taken
because
back.
y'all broke.
Powerful materia have to be earned. Those are the soldier rules.
I'm fiddling with the audio right quick, so if it gets a little too loud, let me know.
Now, let's talk about missions. The various services Shinra provides for civilians, those are what we call missions. To take on missions, you first have to register your information on the mission board.
We are going to do a couple of the missions before we start the actual Wutai invasion.
Once registered,
simply because
you can look up
experience
mission information
and stuff.
on your handset.
I like experience and stuff. More so
I'll
the
show you
stuff.
how to register
And
on
if
the
it's
board.
shiny
Come on.
and sparkly, I want it more. I'm not saying I'm materialistic, but I bust my ass and work a lot for material goods. I want the stuff. Okay, so controls, we did. I just don't like seeing the new. You see, I'm a little OCD. You see those markings that say, "Hey, you have not looked at it," even though I've seen them 1,000 times, and years ago, but still seen them. Those things need to go away. We're just clearing this out. Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. I also have to reconfigure my brain because the camera here is the reverse of Okami.
Now that you're officially registered,
Yes.
you should try a mission. Oh, yeah. The save point's that way. If you're not completely sure about something, read the tutorial mail that I sent you.
Yes, yes, I know. I know. Okay. And yeah. The camera is, I'm letting you know from now, I will absolutely bitch and moan about the cameras because I will have to swap my brain because 2 days out of the 3 streaming days is one way. The other way is the other way. Or the other day is the other way. So it's going to be a regular occurrence. Okay, we're good. Ah, camera. So we're gonna do the thing, and we're gonna win, and it's gonna be awesome.
Activating combat mode.
So yeah, technically I did finish the main story for Okami, so so there's a couple things left for me to do in Okami, and then I'm gonna play Infinity Nikki. I almost said Darling Nikki again. Infinity Nikki. So gonna be super girly for the month of February. because it's February and it's girly and romantic, and that is what I'm gonna do because I've earned cute and girly.
Oh yeah!
And then I have like a list of games that I'm gonna be playing for this year. Obviously, the list is not concrete. It's pretty much like, okay, the next game I'm gonna play is this one, and so on. The only one that's
Nice work.
concrete is the October
You
list,
cleared the
because
mission.
no, I've already decided my games.
I could have done it blind.
Would not recommend.
You're the man.
Okay, 13.
I can't wait to see how you do in Wutai. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Let me explain about these supply pods. In these pods, you'll find items that you can use in battle. Compliments of the company.
So they're provisions for soldier members.
Make sure they don't go to waste. Check the pods before every... I wonder what's in there today.
Not the 7th one? Missed opportunity.
All right, looks like you're all ready to head out. Lastly, let me tell you about mail. Just now, I sent mail to your handset. You can also get messages from Director Lazard and news about the company via mail. You should check it regularly. Who knows? Maybe you'll even get mail from new friends you make.
Because he's very friendly. He makes friends very easily. Because he's my baby boy.
But don't just read mail that you get from girls, okay?
He is a hormonal boy.
Well, I guess that's
He's allowed to
everything.
explore
Looks like it's time for
while
you
he's
to head
single.
out. You're with Angeal, right? Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks for all the help.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I already cleared those. Kunzel here. Now that you've got your mail account ready, allow me, your loyal and well-connected pal, to give you lots of insider info. Why? Because I'm such a nice guy, and I know you and your one-track mind don't know what I know. Midgar is a city floating 300 meters. Funny enough, 300 meters is actually high. You don't think it is, but when I went into the Shibuya Skytree, the first observation landing is 300 meters. Definitely got a nice view over Tokyo, so it's actually pretty high. I don't know why I always thought that it wasn't that high. It's high. It's high. It's really high up there. So anyhow, Midgar is a city floating 300 meters in the air, linked to the ground by a train and highway transit. We utilize a total of 8 Mako reactors, sequentially numbered, starting with a northern reactor to supply electricity to the city. Construction continues smoothly. Shinra Company headquarters and Sector 4 are the last on the schedule to be completed. Why not go chronologically? Whatever. The headquarters interior in Sector 0 is complete and already in operation. The exterior is slated for completion in 2 years, while the surrounding city will be finished in 7 years. Reeve Twesty, Director of City Planning. Okay, you know what? I know why I never thought it was high. So basically the models in the OG did not make it seem that high. And I guess the Rebirth, I never really computed, like, how high off the ground the plates were. So when I was on Skytree, that really put everything into perspective. I got some really good pictures from there. So the cityscape pictures that I took are from the 300 and the 400 mark. Okay, so let's save again because I can. I'm sorry, I am a fandom auntie now. I remember the days of needing to save multiple times and in multiple places. Okay, we're good.
There's little time. Please get ready to...
Yeah, these ones are fine. Okay.
There's little time.
You're with Angel, right?
Okay, yeah, I did all that.
It's time to head to Wutai. Are you ready?
All set? Alright, let's do this.
I'll be joining you as well. I'm counting on you.
Sir,
By the way, what is your dream? To become first? Is it?
no. To become a hero.
Ah, good. Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
Bite your tongue.
Thanks.
He becomes a hero. To many people. Honestly, if he survived, he probably could have single-handedly brought peace because he's so endearing.
Fort Tampa
Yuffie adores
is
him, for
straight
example.
ahead.
And he's Shinra.
Let's go.
But he was able to,
The
like,
unit is
break
already
through the
standing by.
propaganda
You two
and
there.
ingratiate her to him. Like, come on. And also,
Okay then.
it's implied that she
Leave
also had a
this
crush
to
on
me.
him when she met him.
Activating combat
So what's
mode.
adorable to me, and by adorable I mean kind of funny, is that of the 3 women in Final Fantasy VII, 2 of the 3 saw Zack and decided
Oh, yeah.
yes. Tifa, on the other hand, is like, nah,
Okay, next.
I'm good.
Calm
I'm more of a
down,
cat
Zack.
person.
No can do. I mean, the director is watching, right? So I have to make a good impression.
Zack. Heard of dumb apples?
No? What's that?
Incredible. You really don't know. Well, so much for you making first.
Whoa, wait! What's this dumb apple?
Okay, it's actually very easy to reconvert my brain
Activating combat
to the
mode.
controls for this game. So, Okami's the one that's backwards.
Later! Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Ugh. Okay, nope, never mind. Brain still can't compute darn cameras.
Activating combat mode.
I believe in violence.
Later!
I'm sorry.
Conflict resolved.
I swear,
Oh,
everyone in
yeah.
this house screams. Am I going the right way? I'm going the right way, right? I am directionally challenged.
Activating combat mode. Conflict
Fire goes
resolved.
good against humanoids. Ah! I think I must be going. Yes, I'm going the right way. I keep getting combat, so I'm going the right way.
Conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolved.
Eh. Nope, that's the wrong way. So I was going backwards. All right, you know what? More experience for me. I'm not complaining.
Activating combat mode.
Actually, you know,
Conflict resolved.
I'm not gonna
Oh, yeah.
lie. I think I kind of expedited I think I kind of expedited getting over the fact that Rick Gomez was recast simply because Monk would not shut up about missing Rick Gomez. So I'm kind of... It is okay. Hang on a second. Okay, now I'm doing shenanigans. So sometimes the light comes through the peephole and it drives my dogs crazy because those neighbors are always throwing a party and the light goes through the peephole. So I have tape over the peephole to keep the light from being like a laser pointer into my house. Drives me crazy.
Conflict resolved.
Got him.
I think there was an article about why there was a recast. Speaking of canines, I thought I solved the problem. Where is he? Old man. I don't know why I'm calling him. He can't hear.
So, Angeal, what's the deal with dumb apples?
The official name is Benora White. The trees bear fruit at random times during the year. Because of that, the townspeople affectionately call them dumb apples.
Because they don't know what season to bloom or to
The
fruit.
local farms had plenty of them to spare.
Oh, really? So you stole them?
We were poor, Zach.
Nice excuse.
But even then, I had my honor. The largest Benora White tree grew on a wealthy man's estate. It was rumored that those apples tasted the best. But I never stole from that tree, because the wealthy man's son was my friend.
If he was a friend, you should have just asked for some.
Honor can be
It's
quite a
also
burden
called
at
pride.
times.
And what exactly does this have to do with me?
No story is not worth hearing.
What? That's it? Yeah, well, thanks a
They're
lot.
so adorable. I love them. I do love them. And I know I'm going to get some flack for this. I also adore Genesis. People can fight me, but Genesis is also adorable to me. Even if his devolution into insanity has him clinging to... excuse me, I got a burp in there. It has him clinging to the Loveless poem. Honestly, I think that's pretty much the only tether he has left to his humanity, because as he devolves into insanity, he quotes it more and more and more and more and more. So, and I know some people find it annoying, but I actually kind of like that as a plot point, or as kind of like an indicator of his character or his personality kind of deteriorating. But yeah, I like the characters of Crisis Core.
B unit will set off an explosion. That's our cue.
The diversion will allow us to infiltrate.
Right. I'll set the bomb inside the fortress. You'll charge the front gate and
Uh-huh. And? And?
indulge yourself.
You got it. That's what I do best. Come on, B unit.
But yeah, I enjoyed Cisne. I think she's adorable.
You know, I've never actually seen you use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?
Same.
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust. And that's a real waste.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yeah. I can be pretty cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, and Jill being cheap is kind of endearing to me. And I understand as somebody that was poor for a very long period of time. But yeah, no, I adore everybody in Crisis Core. Like, I struggle to think of a character that I dislike, because they all add something to the story. And again, I know I am the odd woman out when it comes to Genesis, but y'all can fight me. I love him. I love him. And also the whole Gact thing just makes it better for me. Granted, Gact also went a little cuckoo from what I've heard.
Behold the line here. It's just one man. Prepare to swarm him.
Activating combat mode.
Later!
Come on.
Later! Got him!
Hang on, I have a quick question. Was Gact canceled for some reason? I remember, like, he I don't know for sure, but, like, I do distinctly remember the tide of public opinion did turn against him, and I don't know why. I never actually looked that up. I just know that he's just not as popular as he used to be anymore. Is there a reason why you keep coming? What? Attack. Fight. Who am I out of attack range for?
Take that! The end!
Conflict resolved.
Yeah, piece of cake.
My little troublemaker.
It's intruder! It's soldier! Damn! Stop him!
Activating combat mode.
Hey, hey, hey.
Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Later! Oh yeah!
Are you in?
Piece of cake. Could have done it blind.
What is it with him in blindfolds?
Stay alert. I've heard the Wutai keep a monster around for anti-soldier purposes. It should be somewhere in the fort.
Just curious.
So, if I can take it out, will I make first?
Depends on the quality of work. Your main task is diversion. Run amok and gather attention. Do well, and you'll gain favor with Director Lazard.
That'll be a cakewalk. Just watch.
Alright, now I have another question. Something that I kind of want to propose, or that I've always wondered with regards to, like, Wutai. And I'm looking forward to really deep diving into Wutai as a location, because the lore is really interesting. Because one, we've got these talismans that are, I guess they're, I don't know if they're protection talismans, or if it's like Modazushi Wei Wuxian summoning demons talismans. But also, they train monsters for battle and protection purposes. So what, does Yuffie have like one of those weird cat looking things like Princess Jasmine has Raja? And also then we have the people,
Activating
or we have
combat mode.
the pagoda, the 5 floors of the pagoda, and then each of the champions are, I don't even know what their titles are, and they turn into monsters, like kind of like Vincent would turn into Galleon, Gigas, Hellmasker, and Chaos. Like, questions. I wonder how they're going to delve into that in Wutai. I'm looking forward to the answer, but like, look at this thing, right? What, does Yuffie have one of these walking around in her room? It's like, hey, this is my pet. It's her guard dog.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Like, I need to know. Like, for a friend, the friend being me, and Rhea does writing, like, I need to know. Directionally challenged. Like, is it a pet? I need to know.
Activating combat mode.
Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Got him. Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode.
I kind of want her to have one as a pet. I'm not even gonna lie.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah. Fire! Fire!
Come on. Excuse me.
Activating combat mode.
Hey, whoops, that was a waste. That was a waste.
Warm-up's over.
Prove your honor to me.
I got it. Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved.
Damn right I resolved the conflict. I hear you.
Come and face us, soldier, if you dare. Huh? Where did he go? Sneaky little pest.
He's adorable. What are you talking about?
Treachery!
You did that to yourself.
Activating
I don't know why you're
combat mode.
complaining. You did that to yourself.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
This is Lazard. Enemies appear to be lurking in every corner. This fortress will not fall
Says
easily.
you.
Yeah. Just now, I was checking out a revolving wall and was jumped.
Other walls may be trapped too. Stay alert.
Well, remnant forces seen near the revolving walls. Yes, yes. We already did this though. So we're good. So we're going to just remove the rest of them because we can. For the trap.
Activating combat mode.
Bringing out the big gun.
Because I can.
Prove your honor to me.
Well, that's just it, though. So, Yuffie and Nanaki, they have a very sibling-esque bond. At least, so we see their bond, like, literally growing. So they're very much sibling-esque. To a point where they ride on each other all the time. Sometimes literally. So, she's very comfortable around quadrupeds. So she probably does have a pet that makes her less fearful of beings like Nanaki. Like, I don't want to, like, he is an animal. We're all animals. But, like, I think we might be onto something. Something that made it possible for her to be less scared of him. Because everybody else would look at him and be like, nah, there's claws, there's fangs, not for me. Yuffie's all like, hi, puppy! You know what I mean? She's probably used to them. Sorry, I saw a notification. I had to clear it. I wonder if we'll see the pet. Like, or maybe she has little ones?
Activating combat mode.
Like, I don't know. Are these things bred? Or are they tamed? And if they're tamed, then that means Yuffie would arguably know how to do the thing.
Resolved.
So, like, what else is my daughter capable of? Yes, Yuffie is my daughter. Oh, I have to go back the way I came. Okay. Is there a faster way? No, there's not. Yes, there is. We're gonna go this way because I refuse to leave a stone unturned. Alright. I know you're up there somewhere. Oh, wrong button. Me and my sausage fingers.
To think one man did this much damage to us. I can no longer just sit back and watch.
Yes, get down here.
Halt! You'll pay for what you did. Your life will come to an end here.
And also, another thing to point out, which I don't know if this was the case for everybody else, but this was the case for me.
We'll show you the
Fighting
power
Galleon
of
Beast
Wutai!
was hell.
Activating combat
But the
mode.
minute I decided to switch to Yuffie, so easy. Like, Yuffie is my beast tamer. Like, Vincent what? Immortal being who? Nope. Call Yuffie. Problem will be solved expeditiously. So, like, he's my beast tamer. I'm just saying. What else is my daughter capable of? Is she also going to be able to turn into monsters like Vincent does? I mean, her daddy does. Turned into this three-face looking thingy.
New intel. Enemy troops are stationed inside the 2 fortress towers.
I see.
You don't want them tracking your position. Take out the other tower.
Wrong button. I have sausage fingers. I want you to open. Come on. Down with you.
Activating combat mode.
Take that. Come on.
Brace yourself. Prove your honor to me.
Beat rush. I swear, if there's a Final Fantasy VIII crossover and FF7Crisis, they better fucking not give Tifa Zell. I want them to give Zack Zell. Okay, that is what I
Conflict
want.
resolved.
I'm sorry, I may be a bad fangirly, but that's what I want. I have decided. They can give, actually, they probably will give Tifa Renoa and give Aerith Quistis. Yuffie will get Selfie.
Fire! Give it up! More troops are en route! It's over!
Activating combat mode.
Later! Take that!
Right. I just want my treasure chest. Give me my treasure. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay. There's a tower here. Here we go.
We found him! He's right there under the tower! I see him! 38th Tamlin unit! Charge!
I hope we get to visit Tamblin in the remake. I remember reading an article that there will be a heavier
Activating
focus
combat mode.
on Wutai in Part 3. So, your girl is hopeful? Because there's so much that's left to... I don't know how to get started. Like, pretty much just, okay, this is probably what it's like.
Bringing out the big guns.
Prove your honor to me.
I got it. Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved.
Yes, my fire has grown strong. Okay. Was it this one?
Activating combat mode.
I just don't understand how Remake is going to have essentially 2 discs worth of story crammed into one location. Or crammed into one game.
Oh yeah!
Because they stretched out... Ay, Dios. Wrong button. I'm missing things. I know I'm missing things. That's the way I came. So it must be this one. Right? Ugh, I get lost all the time.
Huh? I hear
Oh,
a voice.
I did go the right way.
Fort Tamblin will not fall to a lowly group of thugs like Soldier. The enemy could be lurking anywhere. Keep your eyes open. Soldier is a formidable foe. Still, to protect our homeland, we must stand against our enemies, no matter what. Even if it means our lives. In Wutai, retreat is never an option. What?
Like, I wish, another thing that I really want is for us to really
Retreat!
delve deep into,
Against bad odds, retreat is the best strategy.
really delve into the propaganda machine that Wutai pumps out. Because Wutai is not as innocent. I mean, yes, obviously, they are being the assailed party. But they're not completely innocent. They do have Yuffie running amok and doing the things as a
Activating
munchkin.
combat mode.
Let's proceed to character DC. I think this story needs to agree. And with part 2, and now we're learning about Masamune. The sword is cursed, right? So I think I brought it up previously, where it's just like, in Final Fantasy, it's a fantastical world, right? People are surviving being shot, stabbed, but when Aerith gets stabbed by Masamune, she dies. So now it's really like, hey, is the sword cursed and that's why she died? Is that what made Sephiroth so susceptible to Genova's influence? Because already we're seeing her influencing him. She's rewriting his brain, so to speak. Like, he is susceptible to her influence. So having Masamune is a cursed sword. It's really interesting. Yes, they've all joined the waifu and husband gang. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, hang on a second. There's one more! I'm directionally challenged. Yes, there they are. Maybe they're more like cats
Activating combat mode.
than they are like dogs.
Later.
I'm gonna struggle with their species for a while.
Take that. Got him. Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved.
Yay, I got them all. I win.
Zack, nicely done. We have successfully occupied the fort. I just needed you to keep their attention, but impressive. You did
I am
well.
a working puppy.
Keep pressing forward.
You must give me tasks to do. Yes.
That must be the central area.
Okay. Excluding Cloud and Tifa, who have plot armor, okay? Everybody else has fallen to the sword. However, actually, no, wait. I'm making an addendum to that statement. I'm actually canceling everything that I said. Even though Tifa didn't die, we already know that she has strength of spirit, right? Hang on. Work with me here. Tifa has strength of spirit. It's why she is not... she doesn't suffer Mako poisoning when she falls into the live stream, right? But cure materia didn't work on the wound. So remember, in Traces of Two Paths, she had to go through surgery. She has metal mesh holding her insides together. So I think she was affected by the cursed sword because the cure materia didn't work on her. It kept her alive, but she wound up having to... Her medical debt had to come from somewhere, right? And then when you look at Cloud, he was stabbed, right? Full shish kebab. And then he becomes a Mako puppet because he doesn't really bounce back. So technically speaking, I think the sword is cursed because cure materia doesn't work. Hi, Tina! But yeah, I'm just saying, technically, the fact that those two survived does not necessarily cancel out the fact that Masamune is cursed. So I think the only reason Aerith died was because she was stabbed by a cursed sword that materia wouldn't work on. And she was stabbed in a vital... she was either stabbed directly through the spine, which would have left her paralyzed, or she was stabbed through a major organ, probably her lungs or something, and she died that way, right? Somewhere where materia... You would need the materia super quick to work in order to save her ass, right? But because it's a cursed sword, none of that would have worked. You see, this actually plugs in the plot hole when you really think about it. Masamune is cursed, and that is why cure materia and all that doesn't work when you're injured on that. Tifa needed surgery, like intensive surgery, and Cloud was a human experiment for Hojo. We don't know how badly the cursed sword affected him, but we know he was affected. So, my statement still stands. Masamune is cursed. That's why Aerith died. It wasn't necessarily the stabby stab. It was a stabby stab plus curse. This is my theory. This is my, like, get me the tinfoil hat. This is my theory. You know what? If you don't do anything else with Ever Crisis, play through young Sephiroth's sections. Because, like, that's really... There is some good story there. We actually just learned about the Chao and how Wutai was established as a location. And basically, it was an offshoot of the ancients that purified a section of land, and then some form of demon entity, we don't really know what, essentially set everything on fire, or everything was set on fire in order to cure it, but the Wutaians saved it. So it's really interesting. We're getting some good lore in there. However, with regards to Ever Crisis, and I like Ever Crisis. I mean, I'm not as crazy under the world about it, but I like Ever Crisis. I don't like the shipping fodder. I love the outfits. I hate the shipping fodder. I actually didn't play the Final Fantasy VI crossover, for example. So, like, I didn't touch it. Zack wasn't stabbed somewhere vital. Oh, okay. So, no, that's fine. Level up your characters and the other crap, and then try again for the story mode, because there's this one monster that takes forever and a day to defeat. Like, I will be fully candid, kick my butt. I'm not great at playing Ever Crisis. Like, my stats, I should be mopping the floor with some of the monsters in the higher levels. I'm not. So I'm doing something wrong. So I'm not the best person to ask, but play the story mode. Like, even if for nothing else, because we getting into deep, deep lore territory with Sephiroth at the very least. Like, apparently, like, Lucrezia even has her own clone. So it's just like, honestly, I'm half expecting to find a Vincent clone around somewhere. Like, that might be another one, another conspiracy theory of mine. I think there's a Vincent clone out there somewhere, because I don't trust Lucrezia as far as I can throw her. But, like, we have a Lucrezia clone that's kind of like... Almost dropped my mic again. Whoops. But yeah, we got... The Sephiroth story is great. Just saying. Everything else, not as important. I mean, yeah, we just got Sid, but, you know, I'm not Sid's biggest fangirl. I actually don't really like Sid. So, yeah, I'm not Sid's biggest fan. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, I win this round. Because I know things.
Activating combat mode.
But yeah,
Conflict resolved.
Lucrezia is... I do not have kind things to say about Lucrezia. And I know how a lot of people want to, like, woobify her or just make her a victim and all that. It's just like, no. She went into everything of her own sound mind and body. She was not manipulated into doing these things. She chose to experiment on her own child. She chose to experiment on Vincent's body. He probably has an NDA, or excuse me, DNR, but she would ignore that for her own benefit. Lucrezia does things to make herself feel better. She messed with world-ending entities to prove her thesis. That's the kind of... She is... The only reason she isn't held to the same vitriol as Hojo is because she's pretty and because she's a woman. Point blank,
Activating
period.
combat mode.
I challenge anyone to redeem her because she is just as bad as Hojo is, if not worse. Like, she has the highest concentration of Nova cells, and it is implied that she's still alive in some pseudo immortality of her own. And it's, instead of, I don't know, rescuing her own child, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to wallow in a cave, even though I'm the most powerful being, or at least I'm an immortal being. What can Hojo truly do to me? I'm going to just abandon my child, the one that I experimented on. Miss me with that bullshit. Lucrezia can miss me with that bullshit. Yeah, no, you gotta level up if you want to finish some later stories in FF7Crisis. I just got the feedback of my own voice, and I'm like, you know what? I could probably do voiceovers if I wanted.
That is Wu-Tai's guardian deity, the Great Leviathan.
Oh, crap. I wasn't supposed to do that. Crap!
We are the Wu-Tai Army's elite, the Crescent. We serve Leviathan and smite Wu-Tai's enemies. Soldier of Shinra, a query. Is the goal of this invasion?
Okay, you know what? We're gonna get into this today. We're getting into this today. So, Vincent was already dead. The only reason she started experimenting on him was to make herself feel better. You do not inflict the curse of immortality and having savage demons implanted in a person to save them. Nah, she did it for her own edification, to make herself feel better. She was not saving Vincent, she was cursing him. She cursed him with essentially the end of the world, because what is Chaos's job other than to prep the planet for Omega to harvest the souls and find another planet to start life again? Because, like, Vincent's Chaos is essentially, his job is to wipe out all life. Wipes out life. And then Omega swoops it up in all of her tentacles, and then she flies away. That is Omega's purpose. Vincent is the end of the world. She is messing with world-ending entities to prove a thesis and make herself feel better. She did not do it for Vincent. Because if she truly did it for Vincent, she would have been like, you know what? I love you. Goodbye. I'm not going to... No. She decided that the entire world didn't matter. Her own son didn't matter more than making herself feel better. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Lucrezia is, honestly, she is the true villain when you really think about it. She started all of this because she wanted to prove a thesis. Hojo wouldn't be able to do half the shit if not for her. I said what I said. Lucrezia is the bad guy here. Hojo is just a megalomaniac, crazy person that decided to play mad scientist. He wants to play God. Lucrezia succeeded and almost ended the world twice. She almost ended the world twice. Fuck that bitch. I'm sorry. Again, I say, Lucrezia decided, I'm gonna abandon my own child even though I have the highest concentration of Genova cells. I am virtually an immortal myself. But no, I'm not gonna rescue my son. I'm so sorry. She can fight me. Is to fly into the Omega and play Gak. Well, that too. Like we like the Gak tracks, okay? Between Redemption and I think the other one was titled Blood or something. I don't remember. I loved them all. I still listen to Gact. I still don't know why he was canceled. I think he was canceled. I don't know. Pero, yes. Well, as I go through the Final Fantasy franchise, we will play Dirge of Cerberus, and you will get full-on Lucrezia loathing. And I don't know, because every time Square Enix tries to, like, flesh out her character and, like, redeem her, they make it worse. They make it worse. They make her the most hateable woman on the planet. And it's just like, every time they try to redeem her, they make it worse. Worse. Okay. They make it worse.
To spread your Mako reactors.
Yes.
But yeah, like,
a reactor
yeah,
here
longing.
would allow people
Which
to
one was
live
Blood
better
then?
lives. And that includes you.
This better life that you speak of comes at the grave cost of losing our homeland. Pain and despair. That's what you bring.
Is he
One
paying
more
child
question.
support?
You have power, so I must ask. Why do
Like,
you use it to cause
I mean, like, if he decided
wrong
to
spread
knock me up,
happiness
I'd be
through
hitting up
Mako
those that.
energy? Is that what you
I'm
consider
getting my
evil?
share of those royalties.
evil?
I
thought
got
we
your
could
sperm.
reason
Give
with
me
each
your
other as
royalties.
warriors. But sadly, I was mistaken. Then let us settle things
Facts.
as warriors. Come forth!
And I think I made a mistake.
Activating
I did
combat
not
mode.
save before this whole thing started, which makes me sad. Burn, baby! What?
Conflict
Oh
resolved.
yeah.
Why won't you finish me?
Not in the mood.
As long as we draw breath, we will oppose Shinra. Now, finish it.
Oh, come on.
Okay, no, we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. Okay, we can still save. Agreed. Like, honestly, now keep in mind, this has nothing to do with shipping discourse or anything like that. I just don't. With few exceptions, I don't particularly care for ballads. I genuinely don't. I'm more of a poppy girl. Give me pop, give me rock, give me metal, give me rap, give me post 90s country. Pre 90s is very hit or miss. But like, give me just about any genre that's not a ballad. I have to be in the mood for ballads, and I'm very rarely in the mood for ballads. And then, yeah, the whole discourse around the song, like, left a sour taste in my mouth. But, like, I don't like ballads. I don't. Yeah, it's tarnished for me, too. It's just, like, I know it's implied that Tifa's gonna get a musical number also. I know Aerith was added last minute as kind of like a goodbye from her character, but it's been implied that that Tifa's gonna get a musical number also. And all I'm thinking is, please don't be a slow song. Please don't. Give me real emotion. Give me like full on Yuna performing in front of everybody, real emotion, cute Sailor Moon-esque outfit change. Give me that. Please don't. I don't want to deal with a ballad, and I don't want to deal with, oh, it's for Cloud, or, oh, it's for everybody. It was for everybody. Why are we making it a shipping thing? It is not a shipping thing. Woo-sa. But yeah, I don't like slow songs. They're boring to me, and I need upbeat, I need peppy, I need... Let's go.
Avoid training when you can. 2. Protect Wutai at all
My
costs.
baby girl.
3. Ugly Shinra soldier dudes must be punished.
Look at my daughter. Look at how cute she is.
I'm Wutai's greatest warrior. It's over for you because now you have to face me.
A little kid? This area's not safe for you. Go on home now.
You're the one going home. If you want to go any further, you're gonna have to go through me.
Oh man. What am I supposed to do here?
Shushu ha! Take that, bad guy!
Look at how cute she is.
Shushu ha!
Ah! No! You got me!
He would be a great girl dad. I'm just saying.
That'll teach you to mess with me. Once again, I saved Wutai.
Hi, my beautiful accursed Halo. How are you doing?
That's a lot of energy. Now, back to work.
Honestly, like, I'm even okay with Vincent's point of view as far as music goes because we have One Winged Angel. One Winged Angel is the shit, right? But No Promises to Keep is so slow. It's so slow. Like, pick it up. Pick it up. Give me a beat. Give me a tempo. Give me something. Give me something to move to. The song just nothing. Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people have started to tune out shipping discourse, which honestly is for the best when you really think about it. But, like, No Promises to Keep is so slow. And what's my health bar look like? Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, I cannot stand notifications. They drive me crazy. Or, excuse me, Sephiroth's point of view. I'm sorry. I've got the playback in my ear, and I realize I misspoke. Let's not refer to the fact that I have to start all over again because the lightning strike took my original PlayStation and took all the data from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. I'm still very traumatized. Honestly, Suteki Dane and Real Emotion, or excuse me, not Real Emotion, 1,000 Words are the only two slow songs from Final Fantasy, any of the Final Fantasy franchise that I actually liked. Everything else is just like, it's too slow. Give me the faster stuff. Give me the, yeah. You know what? Okay, no, you're right. I did forget about Eyes on Me. So, Eyes on Me, Suteki Dane, and 1,000 Words. Just those three. But yes, we are not going to go into my trauma. Because my trauma is absolute. I still unplug everything whenever it starts storming. I unplug everything. I stop working. Like, I'm like, nope. Nope. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I'm not doing it. Y'all can fight me. I'm not doing it. Client meeting? Nope. Don't know her. Queen Bee Savvy Bookkeeping? Nope. Nope. Don't know her. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so I've lost a PlayStation 5 and a Twitch. And yeah, my PlayStation 2 is still going strong. Okay. What are the Wu-Chinese or the Wu-Taians doing that results in them having these monsters be faithful? What are they doing? How? Again, I say, does Yuffie have one of those cat-looking monsters in her room just sleeping at the foot of her bed because it's her pet? I was not a big fan of those ones. They were too slow for me. I did not mean to do that. So you understand. Like, I am still traumatized. But yeah, like, once you have a lightning strike, just take all your stuff. You kind of just, or take your expensive stuff. So, I'll even go a step further.
The road to becoming first is
my
Strength is
so
not the only
the
requirement.
only survivor from the lightning strike, at least as far as electronics
still, I
goes,
wanna make
was a TV that was moved to my room.
Listen to me, Zach.
And
if you want to be first,
it
I'll embrace my
broke
dreams
because
and
the
And my dream
so even
is to
though
become a
the
hero.
system,
All
or excuse me,
you have
the
my
TV was
support.
plugged into a surge protector, but the HDMI cord, the power circuit, or the power traveled through the HDMI cord
Prove your
from my
honor to me.
PlayStation to the TV. So that port was broken, so I can't use it for, I can't connect anything to it with an HDMI cord, right? But it still worked for streaming, so I moved it to my room so I could watch TV in my room. It can't even do that anymore. It literally only turns on and off. So it is officially dead. Yeah.
bringing out the big guns.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Conflict
All right, hang on a
resolved.
second. Let me catch up here. Yeah, almost up with plug. Yeah, yes. So, a curse you know. No.
Soldier second class Zach. Victorious again.
Let's see.
Good work.
Why by Ayaka?
Now, get out of there. You've only got 5 minutes.
You know what?
Got it.
That's true. That's true.
Director
You're not wrong.
Lazard. Are you watching?
Look at my baby boy.
Gotta move.
I'm calling foul.
No time to play.
Okay, so got cocky. It depends on how tax season treats me. So far, it already looks like I'm gonna be a busy girly. So it might actually, I might actually replace it, but it's a 70-inch TV. I might not be able to afford a 70-inch TV. So
That's one more you owe me.
I might have to settle with something smaller.
You
And
lost your
once you go
focus.
70 inches, going back does not, I don't want to go backwards.
Oh, sorry if your sword got any wear, tear, or rust on it.
You're a little more important than my sword,
Only a little, though.
but just a little.
Thanks.
I don't know. Squinoa owns my heart.
I'm here. I must apologize. Being on site is taxing.
Like, Squinoa won me
You
over.
didn't have to come
I love it.
personally.
It would have been great to see Zach
This
mentor
operation
Cloud.
will
Yes,
bring an end to the
absolutely.
war.
It would have been freaking great.
Wanted to see it through.
I
Soldier second class
would
Zach.
very much like
Sir.
for
You put forth a good effort at Fort Tamblin.
I would have liked to see Zach and Cloud
saw
have
it
more
with my own
bonding
eyes.
time.
To be frank, my evaluation
It would have made me very
is-
happy, but that's because I need any excuse to have more of Zach.
You are a force of nature. You somehow
Hang on a
defeated
second.
an entire enemy force by yourself.
I was shocked as well.
Why
You've
is the
grown
chat
strong.
not showing up on screen?
Your bravery during the Wutai War will be remembered for generations. It seems your dream of becoming a hero has already come true.
Director Lazar, that's a bit much. Zack here still has a lot to accomplish.
I suppose you're right. Zack, keep up the good work.
I do. I don't know anything about Fei Wong, so I don't know any of the anything to do with any of that. So
Zack, let's go.
I don't know what she
Sephiroth
actually
is
did.
waiting.
So I'm ready to be
Sephiroth?
educated.
The hero? Wow, I'm gonna meet a hero.
I can forgive you. Renoa is an acquired taste. I do like her. However, again, she does take some growing on you. Because she is very naive. So, and her naivete gets her into trouble. Which is heartbreaking when you really think about it. Because you don't want for, like, hang on a second. I think I fixed it. Okay, let me put this here. Alright. I don't know why the chat's not working properly. I will fix. That's another thing for me to fix. Yeah, Squinoa is not Clody. However, I think Renoa is the combination of, like, basically Tifa and Aerith kind of got mashed together. More so Tifa, but with some of Aerith's, I don't want to say full-on manic pixie girl, because Renoa still acknowledges her privilege, and she uses her privilege for the betterment of others. That's one of the things that the older I get, it's more endearing for me. Because obviously, like, the haves helping the have-nots will always do basically it always does it for me. Like, I like when people help others, even if there's no true return for that, right? But she is naive. She is the princess, but she is willing to. She doesn't need to be told or coerced to do the right thing to help others, even at great cost to herself. And I think that's where
Zack, come on.
Aerith as a character fails and Renoa succeeds. We'll probably go more in depth when I finally play Final Fantasy VIII, and that's why I'm like hesitant to fully say she's got more Aerith in her,
Contact Sephiroth.
because the character flaws that Aerith has
Zack, you have
nothing
it.
to do with Renoa.
Now go.
Follow me.
So Renoa's a teenager, so I always have to keep that into consideration because she is also a child. And she's doing the best she can as a
Director
child.
Lazar.
So when I put that into context, it's just like, you know what?
Zack,
I love my little girl. She
I
does
should
good.
be fine now. Assist Angel.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Honestly, agreed. I would love to see Final Fantasy VIII as the next remake. Truly, I would love that. Whole idea of the interest. Yeah. So I think with regard, as far as that concept, it is a cultural thing. And personally, I did not care for that. However, the difference between Squall and Cloud is that Squall was more receptive. And I think that's simply because, again, they're all teenagers and she's cute. So he was more receptive. Whereas Cloud is a little bit more established in his boundaries. And even though other people didn't respect his boundaries, he was still firm in saying, no, this is my boundary, go away. So, but again, I think it was a cultural thing. Like, for a very long period of time, men liked the idea of the outgoing girl dragging them kicking and screaming because, oh, she wants me. I know as a concept, it's just I don't particularly care for that concept. Hang on. Yeah, I'm not... sorry. I'm adjusting the thing because it got all loose on my ears. Hang on. Sorry. But yeah, again, Rinoa, she grows on you. So at first, you just want to be like, nah, you're kind of annoying. But as she gets older, or excuse me, as the game progresses, it's less chasing Squall's dick and becomes like, hey, I have the power to help people, even if it means I have to sacrifice my own life. And she doesn't need to be coerced into it like Aerith had to be led to be self-sacrificing. Whereas Rinoa, she's self-sacrificing from the get. Which I never want to advocate, hey, child, sacrifice everything. Because, again, she's a child. But it is something to be... It's something commendable that even before she's a sorceress, she uses her privilege to help those that need without even going against her own family and even putting herself at in great peril because it means helping somebody else. But because she's a child, she doesn't think it through, which means I have to rescue her. And it's just like, girly, you can help and do things up to a point. Up to a point, but don't be self-harming. No, you're perfectly fine, but I think it falls similar to the whole like how people hate Kagome from let me double check everything. So like, you know how people hate Kagome and Inuyasha because she is loud and she fights with Inuyasha all the time. It's just like, she's 15 years old. If you look at how she behaves through the lens of she's 15 years old and she's still rising to the occasion as a modern 15-year-old girl, it will really like shift how you view the character. So it's just like, they're kids. Like, they're kids. You have to look at them as, hey, this is a kid. Ooh. I choose you. Look, Adea can do whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. Yes, mommy. Whatever she wants. Yeah, I genuinely do want there to be a remake for 8, though. Like, I just want to know. So, that plunging V, what's that for other than to, like, make my brain go, brrr! Just like, brrr! That plunge, just. Okay, as an adult, I'm going back on my memories of playing these games, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely was not straight. I definitely was not straight. I should have realized this sooner. What? I may have a preference for men, but the ladies can have me. Honestly, though, I will say I do have a little bit of a fear for Scarlet because, like, Scarlet scares me on a biological cellular level, but at the same time, I am aroused but scared. I'm into her, but no. I don't want to be in the same room as her. Adea. Oh my gosh, like Adea was. I enjoy Adea. Adea's fun. Yeah, Adea, she did things for me. Okay, I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna have my ass handed to me.
Angio!
Lulu!
Angio!
Her victory dance,
What?
where she just leans over and just dusts the belt skirt off. It's just... I have a type, apparently. I like goth girls, and I like sophisticated ladies.
Who called it out?
And then there's Scarlet, and I think it's just, I love the lady in red. Hey, stop hitting me! Stop hitting me! I am a child at this point. Leave me alone! I made mistakes. Yeah, exactly. But then she throws people in the gas chamber, and it's just like, I'm sorry. I am 2% acidic Jewish, according to my ancestry test. All I'm thinking is, okay, Aryan princess, you needs to not. I do not. Okay, Ifrit, I have done so much homework on you.
Brace yourself.
Okay, look, if the FBI agents are truly listening in on my phone, I've said worse things. But if they do storm my house, please bring some more fried chicken and chocolate cake. That might actually be it. That might actually be it. But yeah, I feel bad for the people that are going to be dealing with the playback, because the chat log isn't showing up on the overlay. Whoops, and I'm not paying attention. Whoops. Hey, hey, hey. I am a delicate puppy. Okay, now stop trying to hurt me. I am adorable. You probably will, because you weren't safe during that time of period either. Actually, you know what? Honestly, simply by virtue of everything else that I mixed with, I would not be safe during that time. You know, the time that people think doesn't exist because their education doesn't happen.
You're in for it now.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it.
You've asked an important question. You asked a very important question. I don't know how to answer that. Because, Jill did things for me. Ah!
Conflict resolved.
Fang owns me. Honestly, Vanilla's a very lucky girl because Fang owns me. Honestly, I do like how they pop up in 13-2. I have not played 13-3 yet, so I could not tell you if they show up there too. Aww. Yeah, she was a scientist lady that had the really sexy mesh top underneath her lab coat, so you just got like full deep plunging cleavage, and it's just like,
Holy.
okay. Oh, poor Sephiroth.
Genesis.
The missing
His
soldier
boyfriend's
first
clones.
class? They're identical.
A Genesis copy.
Copy? A human copy?
Where's Angeal?
I thought he was fighting around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she
So
was.
he's gone
And,
too.
What? Wait.
I
what does that
enjoyed
mean?
everything that
It means
Jill
Angeal
did.
has betrayed us as well.
No way.
Hmm?
I know what kind of guy Angeal is, and he'd never do that. Angeal wouldn't
Yeah.
betray us. Never.
So, honestly, the scene with Saz and his son, I cried. You know the scene the scene I'm talking about. I cried. I have, like, I don't know how to put this, knowing that my dad may one day see my streams. I have daddy issues. I have a fondness for affectionate, good dad characters. So, tears. Absolute tears. Waka! I used to dislike Waka, but it's hard to dislike him. Because it's just like, I know he's xenophobic. I don't like xenophobes on principle. But he gets over it, and it's just like... And also, he's just... It's hard to dislike Waka, so I'm okay with him winding up with Lulu. Mm-hmm. Lightning is great. However, I do have questions about choices in her costumes. I have questions. Like, I have so many questions. You know, I wouldn't say that she settled. I just think Lulu chose Waka for something other than his appearance. Like, he satisfies everything else but... I mean, I won't say Waka is ugly. He's truly not ugly. But he meets other needs. He meets other needs. Let's just put it there. There's a reason she got knocked up so quickly. And that's from a lot of trying. But I do enjoy the lore. I do enjoy 10. Like, I will say, though... I mean, I think last time I tried to rank my favorite Final Fantasies in their order... Like, I still struggle because I want to say Squall is my least favorite hero. But then Zidane... Because 9 is actually my least favorite. I know I'm going to be crucified. Don't come at me. 9 is my least favorite of the numbered series. Of the numbered Final Fantasies. But, like... I'm going to do, like, a true ranking one day. Like, one day, like maybe before one of my Final Fantasy Fridays, or when I finally finish at least through 10 at the very least. I don't know. I'll probably do like an actual tier ranking list to decide which Final Fantasy of the numbered, because of the non-numbered, we'd be here forever. But as far as the numbered series, Okay, 7 is obviously the top because it was my first. You always remember your first. Okay, so let's see. 7, 12, 9, 10, 16. You know what? That's a good list. That's a good list. So, I have to think about it because I do genuinely like them all, but they're not all my favorite, if that makes sense. So, I love 7. So, but 8 is also like top of the list because 8 was the first Final Fantasy game that I owned, if that makes sense. So 7 was the first one that I ever played, but 8 was the first one that I've ever owned. So like those two are top of the list for me. Yeah, I mentioned it last time, but Final Fantasy IX is very high fantasy. And usually I like high fantasy on principle, but I'm more of a modern fantasy girly. Like, if you were to give me the option between urban fantasy versus high fantasy, Lord of the Rings-esque, I'm going to choose the high fantasy. Or, excuse me, choose the urban fantasy all the time. High fantasy doesn't always do it for me. Whereas Final Fantasy X is more mid, because on the surface it feels like a high fantasy series, but there's more sci-fi elements to it, and it still has a lot of modern touches, so it doesn't feel high fantasy like 9 does, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I consider it like mid fantasy. Honestly, and I might be crucified, this is another thing that I'm going to be putting myself on the cross. As far as Final Fantasy 15 goes, I like Aranya and Cindy, but I really didn't care about any of the girls. It was a sausage fest through and through. Honestly, the closest girl is Prompto, and that's simply because he's the bottom in every ship that I put him in, even though I'm strictly Noctis Prompto shipper. Like, the girls did not... I like them, except for Luna. I'm sorry, Rydia, if you ever read or listen to any of my old VODs, I'm sorry, Rydia, I do not like Luna. I'm sorry. Or Luna Freya, whatever the frack her name is. This person I played was 7. Okay, that's fair. Cindy, I do like Cindy, though. I did want to cosplay as Cindy. I just need to get the body yada yada for that first. Because it's a good game, but I do say when they say it's the best because there's actually nothing. Exactly. It is a safe entry. It is not that. It's not a unique entry, if that makes sense. Like, I adore Vivi, I adore Garnet, I adore Zidane. I like the characters. Just not all of them. Like, honestly, most of them are kind of blah. Like, 9 is fun to play. It's a fun story, but it's not my favorite. Iris is cute. Iris is adorable. She's a side character for me. She's not super important. I do like her clips. I love her relationship with Gladio, especially because big brother, little sister. I'll never experience that because I'm the older sibling. But I think that's cute. I don't particularly care. Like, the game could easily exist without her, and I would not lose anything. Mm-hmm. 9 has Vivi. Vivi is great. Hang on, what are we copying? Hang on, let me go back. Let's see. Copy what about 16? What about 16? Hang on, I'm gonna pop over here. Simply because we're kind of done for the day as far as streaming goes. I do technically have to get a little bit of work done after this, but... Okay, Benedicta... Benedicta is great as a concept. I don't think she was fully executed properly as far as the back... You don't really get too much of her backstory, but I did enjoy Benedicta as a concept. I enjoy that she walks bow-legged because of the lion that she's riding all day. Like, there's a reason she bow-legged. Yes, I said what I said. There's a reason she walks so funny. That's because she bow-legged. Jill is queen. Jill is bae. I adore Jill. But yeah, I like Jill a lot. But the other characters, again, like outside of Clive, Jill, Joshua, and Sid. It's pretty much where I was at. Why is the chat log not working? I'll have to fix that. So much for me to fix. I have no idea why my overlays aren't working properly. Odin's mom. Can you tell I forgot who she was? My favorite in 16, I'm strictly main cast girly. Strictly main cast girly. However, Torgal and I adore Torgal, even though, like, Torgal tries to heal me. It's just like, what is that going to do? That's like getting a band-aid on a stab wound. What are you doing, Torgal? You are so lucky you are best boy. I just... My charm's making noise, so that clicking you hear is that. Ooh, excuse me. Single cutscene. Yes, yes they did. Yes they did. Yes they did. I did enjoy the tasteful nudity in 16. I'm not gonna lie. I like the human form, okay? I went to an art school. I like the human form. I like drawing it. I like looking at it. The human form is beautiful to me. That's how I'm gonna put the statement. You can't torture anything else out of me. The CIA couldn't drag any more out of me. I mean, no, I don't look at naked people. But yeah, no, I really did enjoy 16. I need to finish more of it. She's adorable. Oh, the mic brand? This is a Snowball. The Snowball. I've beaten this thing up so much. Like, in fact, at the beginning of the stream, I kind of dropped it. But yeah, no, this is my Snowball. Oh my goodness. So I do have to let you all go. Hopefully next Final Fantasy Friday goes a little bit smoothly and I can stick to my Final Fantasy overlay. I will fix it. Hopefully. But yeah, so Monday and Wednesday are going to be Okami. I think these last two are the last two streams for Okami because the main story is defeated. We just have to get the last of the brushes. And then, not this coming Friday. This coming Friday is an off day. But again, every other Friday, starting today, is Final Fantasy Friday. So we'll pick up where we left off and we'll actually clear through maybe 2 chapters. Unless there is some Square Enix Final Fantasy news that needs to be addressed. Because the fandom be wildin', okay? I don't know what the heck they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. But there's always something. And I hope that next Final Fantasy Friday, I am not coming into this embarrassed again. So, oh, my seat dropped a little bit more again. I'm getting a new chair. Alright, so I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I know we only did the prologue in chapter 1, but I appreciate you always, even when I have tech issues. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful weekend. Share your stories with me, and if you hear me complaining over the horizon, that's because the neighbor's rooster woke me up again. Yeah. I saw about that. Because Tifa is no longer a childhood pal, but now beloved. So that was a thing. But I actually haven't seen the discourse because I'm not on Twitter. Exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on the FF7Crisis thing. If it becomes something that needs to be spoken about, I'll probably talk about it on like an actual like long form video, not related to the stream. But yeah, I love you guys. Bye.